I made a run down to Indiana and came back with a fat stack of Batman. Stay tuned to see the reveal. I made a run down to Indiana and came back with a fat stack of Batman. And with only 8 books left, how did I come back with this much? Hey YouTube comic community, it's Jimmy the Geek Aficionado, and I want to welcome you back to another episode of Stalking the Bat. This is episode 8 in our quest to acquire all of the Batman and Detective Comics issues of Volume 1 from the Bronze Age to current. Now, when we last left off, I only had 8 books left. I made a big mistake in my calculations. Number 1 mistake. I didn't include the annuals that were coming that had come out during that time, which there weren't many in the Batman run, but there were in the Detective Comics. So of the ones that I was missing, there's 2 Detective Comics annuals that were unaccounted for. I want to say Batman annuals that were unaccounted for. Take that back. Also, I didn't include the Batman family books, which were huge during the Bronze Age and featured a wealth of really cool and individual stories that were not, they weren't reprints, right? They were original stories featuring a number of the different people in the Batman family, including Batman and Robin, Batgirl, Huntress, and a bunch of others, especially stories about villains. So failing to include those was a big mistake. So the nice thing is that I was able to knock out a large chunk. We only added a few more back to the list. So I think we're doing pretty good though. So let's go through the books. Okay, so let's start off. Where did I go? I was coming back from visiting family down in Indiana, and my wife had the incredible patience to allow me to stop off at a comic book store that I was in hunting a lot longer than I probably should have, and a lot longer than she expected. Let's just go with that. For me, as many of you know, you walk into a comic book store and time becomes nothing, right? Time becomes insignificant, and that's a horrible thing for us to say, especially when there's somebody waiting for us in the car, but it sometimes happens. You start looking, and you don't think about, hey, what time is it? No. So it's a terrible, terrible quirk that many of us have that I have to pay a little bit more attention to in the future. But I was able to find some really great stuff to add to the collection, and made a great new contact. And he has some other stuff, non-Batman related, that I'm going to be hitting him up for over the next couple of weeks. Just because, hey, hunter's got to hunt, right? So what did we get? Of the Batman series, of which we have 2 issues left, 222 and 362. We were able to knock 362 off the list with a really cool Riddler cover, which is great because the new Batman movie coming out, features the Riddler. This is that great outfit that we saw Jim Carrey wield in the 3rd Batman film, I want to say it was, where he portrayed Edward Nygma. So I kind of dig that. Little questionable long johns there. So we knocked that one off the list, as well as the 2 annuals that I had left to get were issues 12, Batman Annual 12 and 24. Still have 24, but we got 12, so that one's now gone. Now, as I brought up at the beginning of this video, we didn't include the Batman family, and I'm going to show you exactly why the Batman family series is important to the Bronze Age Batman collecting. So what we have here, and these are mostly giant size, which is great because there's multiple stories in them. You have, this is Batman Family number 2. I already had issue number 1. So this is Batman Family issue number 2, and you've got Alfred, you've got Vicky Vale, you've got, who's this? The Clue Master, Mystery Man. These are cool stories, probably a little quirky, but I love this great Batgirl cover. I was actually looking for the artwork for this, the original art, to see what that kind of price that was fetching. But this is great, and it's multiple stories. It's usually we saw in some of the Detective Comics issues that featured the Batman family, and this was an extension from those particular issues. So they just kind of kept it going. You know, when they skinnied back down the regular issues of Detective Comics, they actually produced a whole Batman family series. And it was only 20 issues. So we're not talking about a lot that we have to actually find. But that's issue number 2. This is issue number 4. And this also qualifies for a Comigories Christmas cover as well. But you've got, and this is great, you've got the Elongated Man, the Phantom General, and Fat Man, which just reminds me of Kevin Smith when he was in Mallrats. But very cool. Anyway, great Christmas cover there with Robin getting socked by a giant bag of Santa toys or loot, who knows. And then you got Batgirl back here on a snowmobile chasing after him. So very cool, very cool Bronze Age cover. And I'm sure great stories inside. Sadly, I couldn't, we're out of Mylars, so the rest of these are just polybag, but this is issue number 5. Again, featuring, not specifically Batman, but Batgirl, Robin, Ace the Bat Hound, and Signal Man down here at the bottom, actually. So that's even better. Yeah. So yeah, looking forward to reading these. These look like great reads. So that's issue number 5. This is fantastic. This is issue number 9, and I had to Mylar this guy out. So you got Batgirl fighting the Harley Quinn, who is Duella Dent, but she goes by Joker's daughter. So, the family drama there. Her first appearance is actually in Batman Family number 6. So, another good reason to be picking up these series. So again, all new, all original stories. And then she shows up in Teen Titans as well, which is also fantastic. And this one says, if the Joker's daughter weren't enough, you're about to meet the Scarecrow's daughter, the Riddler's daughter, and the Penguin's daughter. Apparently nobody has sons these days, at least not in the Bronze Age. So, a lot of catfight going on there. And here we go, issue number 12. We're just going to move through these a little bit fast. That's issue 12. Issue 14 with a return of Batwoman, which we haven't seen in quite some time, and she's just kind of fading away into nothingness. So interested to read what's going on with Batwoman and seeing her back since the Silver Age. And then we have this is issue number 17, and this is a great Mike Kaluta cover. That is definitely one that I would love to have the original art for. That's super cool. And you got Man-Bat, in there as well, joining the Batman family, as well as Huntress. And then let's see, what else do we have? Here we go. This is issue number 18. Again with Man-Bat added to the group. And issue number 19. This is a great snow cover. White Bat, White Death. A lot of like snow action in the background. Again, some of these are just great Comigories covers, to be honest with you. Even if it wasn't for the fact that they're great Batman stories. So again, very cool. Love this cover as well. So that's it for the Batman family books, and that puts us into, we started off needing 12 issues of the 20 issue run, and that brings us down to only needing 3 issues. Another book that I didn't realize I was missing until I went back and looked at my book. My book is my main, list of all the stuff that I'm, trying to get. Saw that was on there. Don't know why I didn't add it to the list. But this is Batman Special number 1, and this is from 1984. So this is Copperage again, another original story, and it was a one-shot from back in 1984. So glad to get that guy picked up and knocked off my list. And this is our last book. So we went through all the Batman family, we went through the Batman, we have some Detective Comics, and this is what I was talking about earlier with the fact that they featured the Batman family in these books. So this is Detective Comics number 487. As you can see, you got Batman, Batgirl, and Robin all on the cover. It says up here, 5 all-new thrillers featuring the entire Bat family. So this is where those came from, and then they came into their own series. So great to get these, right, and have all these great Bat reads. And that concludes the haul. So what are we left with here? For Batman, as we said, we had 2 issues. We had 222 and 362. 362 is now taken care of, leaving only issue number 222. So I've got 1 issue to hunt down on that. And again, that one's going to cost a little bit of coin to get that particular book. For Batman Family, we started off with 12 issues. We were able to knock out 9 of those issues, leaving us with a total of 3 issues left to get for Batman Family. And these were all great price. I mean, these were not expensive. They were like $6 each. A couple of them were 15 because they featured Joker's daughter and some other earlier appearances. And then for Detective Comics, 1 book off the list there. We have 5 left over, bringing us to a total of 6 books in the Detective Comics and Batman runs, and 3 books left for Batman Family. So that's all we've got. Thank you for clicking play on this video. I hope that you're enjoying this hunt as much as I am. If you want to stay tuned for more, be sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell, and you find out when I have more content brought out to you. On this channel, we have content dropping 3 days a week. Every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, I have hunt videos, haul videos, unboxings, you name it, and a whole lot of other special content that's been coming out. So please, by all means, stay tuned to the channel for more great content. Thanks a lot.